This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. The University of Indianapolis has announced Tanuja Singh will be the school's 10th president beginning in July. Singh has served as provost and senior vice president of academic affairs at Loyola University in New Orleans since July 2020 and says she is ready to get to work.
I want us to be the university of choice for employers here. I want us to be the university of choice for parents, and I want us to be the university that the community and the alumni and donors and everybody else participates with.
Singh succeeds Robert Manuel, who was selected in May 2022 to lead Chicago's DePaul University after a decade at UIndy. Fishers-based marketing tech company Vibenomics has been acquired by Texas-based Mood Media. While financial terms were not disclosed, Vibenomics CEO Brent Oakley will remain with the company as president of Vibenomics and executive vice president of Mood's advertising division. A Roman Catholic nun who spent much of her adult life working with people with developmental disabilities will receive the University of Notre Dame's 2023 Latari Medal. Sister Rosemary Connolly is the former executive director of Misericordia in Chicago, which serves children and adults living with disabilities. The medal is considered the most prestigious award given to American Catholics. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Get ready, Southwest Indiana. We're headed your way. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the second annual Engage Southwest Indiana event presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank, Tuesday, April 11th at the Old National Events Plaza in Evansville. We'll be diving into regional and statewide initiatives with a focus on talent, education, and issues shaping our economy. It's all about advancing the future of Indiana. More at ibj.com/engage.
Fort Wayne-based Community Harvest Food Bank of Northeast Indiana is marking 40 years in business this year, and the need for its services continues to grow. Roy Neville, Community Engagement Coordinator for the nonprofit, told our partners at WPTA-TV, due to inflation and the rising cost of groceries, demand for food is nearly back up to its pandemic peak.
Pre-COVID in 2019, we were averaging roughly 600 to 650 families would go through here on a Saturday. Now we do all kinds of other distributions, but Saturdays. And then at the height of COVID in August, September, October of 2020, we were doing 1,300 families every Saturday. And then in 2021, it dropped off again as the need for COVID and some other things changed. So we were back to our 600, 650, 700. However, in recent months, we've seen that number climb to now we're between 1,100 to 1,200 and even exceeding 1,200 by a few now. And there is no COVID. It's just the need.
To help meet the growing demand, Community Harvest will be hosting food drives as well as a construction competition next month. The event will involve teams from 11 area schools that will build statues made from canned foods in boxes, which will then be donated to the nonprofit for distribution. Indianapolis-based Modular Devices is growing its footprint in central Indiana. The company, which manufactures mobile medical units and clean rooms, is moving to a 107,000 square foot facility on the city's southeast side, though financial details are not being disclosed. Modular Devices says the facility will allow the company to increase its capacity to manufacture, maintain, and store its mobile units. In December, the company announced plans to add more than 50 jobs in Indy by the end of 2026, and those plans are still in place as it moves to the new location. The Purdue University Airport is partnering with Saab and Ericsson to create a 5G network to support research that could improve operations and security at airports. Purdue says the Lab to Life project will serve as a proving ground for academics, researchers, and business to test 5G innovations in real-life scenarios. Troy Heggie is Vice President of Innovation and Technology at the Purdue Research Foundation.
And that was really the genesis of the parties collectively talking about how we might be able to do a project that would be of interest to Saab, be of interest to Ericsson as a way to demonstrate the use of wireless technology in airport environments, and for Purdue University to get involved in the aviation innovation space.
Currently, airports install sensors and systems that require hardwired network connections, point-to-point radio frequency links, or public cellular connections, according to Purdue. The university said the technology used in the partnership with Saab and Ericsson makes that approach obsolete and gives airports more flexibility. The Lebanon Plan Commission voted unanimously Monday to recommend approval of Eli Lilly and Company's development plan for 2 manufacturing facilities in Boone County.
The proposed $2.1 billion Lilly manufacturing campus north of Lebanon will include 13 buildings, totaling more than 1.6 million square feet, according to a site plan submitted by the company. One of the facilities will produce active pharmaceutical ingredients used in Lilly medications, while the other will focus on cell and gene therapy, said Jennifer Massey, Associate Vice President for Manufacturing at Lilly. The Planning Commission's recommendation will be sent to Lebanon City Council, which can vote to approve Lilly site plan as early as next month. The pharmaceutical giant will serve as the anchor tenant of the Indiana Economic Development Corporation's LEAP District, a planned 11,000-acre advanced manufacturing and tech hub in Boone County. Lilly plans to begin construction this spring and hopes for the site to be operational by 2026 or 2027. The IEDC continues to pursue other potential suitors for the project. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.
Lucas Oil Products President Morgan Lucas is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.